We'll go to Jokerheads next. Oh shit! Here we go. Okay, let's see.
All good?
Yeah, I almost deleted the link on accident.
Oh.
From the doc. Okay, so this is Jokerhed Stakeout. I believe it's also, yes, a work in progress. It says, I'm really getting into dark synthwave, retro, simple tracks that create a dystopian vibe, I think. Would love to hear you guys think about what you guys think and what genre would you call it. Specifically, so I know how to market it. Thanks a lot. Oh, okay, so we're
Nice.
being asked for marketing advice too.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's go.
Our record label of top artists.
Yeah.
Why am I getting a call right now? Water Street. I cannot answer that right now. Okay. Okay. So Stakeout, Jokerhead. You ready?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, he likes the synthwave. Yeah.
There's the 80s for you.
Yep. It's the Rickroll drum.
Yeah.
Love the drums.
Yeah.
Awesome stereo spacing.
Nice.
Interesting melody.
Yeah. Got a lot of comments here, a lot of views, and reposts.
A lot of heat.
Repost exchange?
I don't know. Ta-da.
Ooh, haunting
That's
at the end
Stakeout.
there.
Jokerhead, Dark
Cool.
Synthwave, Madman as usual.
Cool. Cool. Yeah.
Um, that was super solid too. Josh, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot that's super impressive about this again with like some good sound choices. I think right from the beginning it's like, ooh, this is gonna be good, right? Like you've got those really punchy drums.
Hmm.
Oh, did we get the guy in the chat? Yeah, that was, I was trying to remember which I thought it
The
was
command was.
submit. Yeah, the
Yep, yep,
command.
yep. What's up, Prod?
Nice.
Prod by too easy. Where can I send? That looks like a language I don't know. Hordir antimatter. Do
Is
you
it
like hard
German?
stuff? It might be. Yeah,
Could be wrong.
but it does look like it. Yeah. Do you like hard stuff? I fucking love hard stuff, bro. Get it in.
Is it
Uh,
German? Is it German rap or German metal?
or hard style. I don't know, bro. Like
I
up
don't
to you.
know. Could be hard pop.
But welcome
It's
to the
probably
stream.
not.
But just to
Yeah,
let
well,
you know,
welcome.
we have like 7 other people in front of you. We might not get to you, but we'll try.
Well,
Um,
this week, but we're back most
yeah.
weeks next week
Well,
really.
if once you submit to that form specifically, we will get to you no matter what, and we'll let you know actually. So yeah.
Yes.
But thanks for joining us. Anyways, Josh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, overall, like it starts off really strong. It's got those nice big drums. It's got the 80s Tom Phil thing. My only I think the most like thematic thing that I could see could need some help. Uh, Actually, there's two things.
Yeah.
One, we talked about the use of stereo spacing, and a lot of that is really cool,
Yep.
right? Like some of that stuff is like, ooh, like it just hits you like just in the right way where it goes from one ear to the other, and it feels like it's right behind you. Like there was some like whispering voices shit that was happening, especially towards the end, that sounded really cool. Like you could not really hear what they were saying, but it was kind of floating past you, like like a ghost almost, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I will say, it sounds to me like most of the tracks have some sort of stereo thing going on, and I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think some of them might be using just like a stereo spatializer plugin where you're taking something that's not in stereo and then spatializing it, or maybe you've managed to find or create a bunch of sounds that are all doing stuff in stereo. Um, I don't know that I felt like there was enough of like a grounded center image, right? Like a lot of the stuff was like doo-doo-doo-doo, like all on this side, and it was like sort of stacking on top of each other at the sides. And so that's cool, but I also couldn't tell what was what necessarily because there's like, five things stacked here and five things stacked here, and they're all different volumes and doing different little things, fairly sporadically. And I didn't hear as much of like a solid center foundation, which is what you should have with like your bass and your drums. Um, the hi hat thing is nice, like doing the hi hats, on both sides a little bit. That's usually okay, but just make sure that like your bass instruments and your kick drum and your snare are down the middle, because otherwise it throws the person's balance off. Even when they're panned symmetrically, it sounds like there's a hole in the middle a little bit. So I would just be careful about like how many different things you're trying to make, running back and forth spatially.
Hmm.
um, in addition to that, I just felt a little bit like there was some disorganization, like
Hmm.
throughout the arrangement and placement of sounds. Specifically the toms, like that cool, and then there were other like just like individual ones that felt
Yeah.
like they were placed without a whole lot of like specific intention.
Hmm.
There just be like and like too many of them. Like I like those, but when they're played every 2 or 4 bars, it's a little bit too much. Um, I would suggest using those a little bit more sparingly. Like you don't usually hear
Hmm.
like real drummers doing fills every 2 bars, right? Because that's like a little bit too much.
Hmm.
It packs more punch when you do like Tom stuff or Phil stuff, things that are less predictably rhythmically. When you do those less often, they pack a little
Hmm.
bit more punch. So that was the only other thing. And then like there might be some stuff that I can't even like audibly make out that's happening in the background. That's, the volumes are a little bit low, but it just sounds slightly chaotic to me. Like there's a few things that again maybe aren't placed super intentionally or aren't EQ carved enough, or that there's too much chaos happening in the stereo spectrum. I would just try to clean it up a little bit, because a lot of that 80s stuff and this sort of 80s like revival that we're hearing uh, is really simple. And what's great about it is that you take these like 80s sounds and you make them punch really hard, but not over cram the space. And that's true with most genres. But that's really the main thing that I wanted to say about this is like try to um, take away things that are extraneous and just
Mhm,
make it um, let things breathe a little bit, have a little bit more
mhm,
room.
mhm.
Do you have anything that you wanted to say about that or first impressions?
Yeah, I mean, I did like the Tom mix-ups. I do like where you're going with it. I agree with Josh though. Like, I think what I basically heard, and I think this is kind of, I think from Jokerhead's last track it was kind of the same way, um, where it's a solid loop. Like the loop
Yeah,
sounds solid to me production-wise. It's a cool melody, and like last time, it's a weird melody that's unexpected. It plays like an
yeah.
accidental or something.
I like the
It's cool.
harmonic. Yeah, it's cool.
I appreciate it. But like the last song, it was just the same thing over and over again. So you have something that's cool as a starting point, but then it goes on for 4 minutes and it barely changes. Like the ending, yeah, you did change it, and it just adds one note, like at the higher octave. Like I noticed that, but like for me to sit through a 4 minute song that's new and to really enjoy it without just tuning out, I really want to be able to have like a story told that has a journey with it. I mean, follow or listen to Josh because his ear on production is much more acute than mine. I think it's pretty solid. I do agree with his point on the toms. Like I think the toms are cool, but it's too much. It's basically like, oh, this tom break, this fill thing that's supposed to be used sparingly, I'm gonna use it as my next loop, and then that's looped over and over again, and then it loses its luster. So, Jokerhead, I think you're a super solid producer. I think you have a great ear for this, especially musically weird stuff, which is appealing to us music theory snobs. But I think what I want to hear next is try to build a story past a loop to loop kind of thing. So, um, yeah, that's my kind of overall thing to it. So I think vibes. In the beginning, it's green, and then because it's the same thing, it goes to yellow. So in between those two, content, I would say it's maybe 40% yellow to green ratio. So closer to yellow than it is green, just because I think um, it's just a little bit repetitive for 4 minutes and um, kind of just like a not really a journey that I'm being taken on right now. It's a similar review to the last track, just production sound, um, but just kind of uh, nothing to latch onto for the 4 minutes that I was listening to. So production is green, and I think I think it's a solid track. I think it's good to go, but it's not the the special kind of top tier track that we're looking for here.
Yeah,
But that being said, Jokerhead, whatever you're doing marketing wise, it looks like you're doing pretty good. Maybe
yeah,
we could ask for what you do because look at all
yeah.
this.
Let us know.
You got some
Uh,
heat, man. I think the fans that you've built up here, I think they like it, and I think they'll continue to like it. But yeah, if we want to take it to the next level, those are my comments.
yeah, definitely. I think like vibes, I would give it um it's like some like 80% of the way between yellow and green. Because I like where you're going with it. It's just there's a couple of things that detract from it. Just really those small things that I talked about before. Um, for content, I think that's the big one is like cleaning up the arrangement and just like removing stuff that doesn't absolutely need to be there and figuring out like if you feel like there's an emptiness, what you probably need, like Chris mentioned, is a subject and a story, right? If it feels like something's missing, I wouldn't just add more background elements. I would try to add like a lead melody that's, that really stands for itself or like, with a good sound behind it. Um, and or like changing up the sections a little bit more. But I wouldn't just add a bunch more like background stuff because they just become crowded and there's only so much space in the frequency spectrum and the stereo field.
Mm,
So yeah, for content, I would give you a yellow, probably just some stuff to develop on, or I mean, even above a yellow, probably because a lot of it's good. And then for production, I would give you like halfway between yellow and green because it is pretty good. Like I would say the production is 90% of the way there,
yeah,
and those other things really help to clean all that up a lot. So
yeah,
overall track total, I would give it like again probably an 80% between yellow and green.
yeah,
But yeah, it's sounding really good.
yeah. I think it's solid as shit. You just
Hmm.
need to go to that next level. This is like the same thing. It's Rocket League background music versus Rocket League
Yeah,
hit single. So
yeah.
cool.
All
Jokerhead,
right.
thank you very much. I love all this synthwave that we're getting.
Yeah, send us more stuff because you've sent us some interesting tunes.